What is up, community? It is Ashrok. Welcome to Haularama number 8. Now, before we get into this, I just thought I'd show my most recent ACBA shot. This is the one I just put up yesterday. It's basically Deadpool going to town, watching TV, and had a couple brews and stuff. This is a little Simpsons playset, I guess, and you know, I angled it accordingly. Here's a picture of it here. And basically, you can see he's just, you know, doing his thing. So, but you know, when it comes to ACBA, the biggest thing is just those little fine details. You know, I know Boog talks about it, and all these other cats talk about it. But you know, like the little beer cans there, a bottle of whiskey. He's got his sword sitting on the table. He's resting his swords, and you know, he's got the blanket. That's actually the bison cape for the Street Fighter soda figures. I took it off and just kind of wrapped it around him and got his legs hanging out a little bit, just kind of give it that little cool, funny look. And yeah, you just angle it the right way, and it looks absolutely hilarious. So, but this Haularama is going to be a little different. I will not be taking the footage inside my tent that you're normally used to, or with the X-Men background. Instead, I bought so much stuff in the last couple months, guys. To bring all that, take that stuff all out of the DTOFs and out of the different places that they're in, and have to put them here, and then just it would take hours on end, man. So instead, I'm going to be filming in different locations of the stuff that I have, and kind of showcasing the details. Most of the stuff's in the danger room, but I did pick up some other stuff that's in my office and some other cool items. So stay tuned to it. Here we go. Let's play that funky intro, yes?
Ashrok, 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 Ashrok.
Yeah, so some of the stuff I did pick up were the Marvel figurines. I've picked up a ton of these in the last couple months, so I'm not really going to sit here and showcase every single one because I picked up so much. But right now, what I'm actually doing with this room, this is my office, and I got all my Marvel figurines with the Marvel wallpaper here. This line is actually coming to an end, and you know, I decided finally to do something with these magazines. Now, each figurine comes with these unique magazines that are specific to the character, and then it has like a bio in there, like their first issue, all the different stories about them. So each one's usually a couple pages long, anywhere from like 5 to 10 pages depending on the character. And then there's also these are the mega specials. So these are like the larger characters, which are showcased right here, so you guys can see all these. These are the bigger ones, the 2-packs, and then here's some of the other special ones. So the only one I'm missing here is Rhino. Altogether, I'm down to I got about 18 or 19 left to go. Whenever it comes to backtracking, let me just go on a quick tangent right quick. Whenever it comes to backtracking, guys, how cool is that? It's very important to have a checklist, you know? And I know it sounds extremely geeky, but you could print these out, whether it's the Wikipedia or some other people that will put together Excel spreadsheets of checklists and stuff. And then you just, you know, especially if you're going back in time, you know, it's important. You just highlight what you get, and you just kind of go from there, you know, and the list is all here. So I got my little Marvel figurine checklist here, which is very, very helpful. And then with these magazines, though, what I'm going to be able to do is put them in these binders here. So these are the binders. These are the official Marvel figurine collection binders, and you know, you'll be able to put them in and insert them with these little clips here, and then each binder can hold I believe it's like 30 altogether. You know, with over 200 of them, you know, I'm going to need probably a couple more binders. I think I got 4 or 5, so I'll probably have to get a couple more. The last figurine was Miss Hella, so that is her right there. I'm not even really familiar with the character, to be honest. And that's one thing that's really cool about this collection, guys, is that there's a lot of obscure characters and people that you would never thought they would, you know, even consider making. So, you know, you can go through the list, and what I'll do eventually is once I get them all, I'll kind of do an updated video. You know, the goal is to also get some lights in here. I did recently see... You know, there's a lot of people that use different lights for DTOFs. I did recently come across a person that told me about, that showed me a website where you can get lighting that has sensors on them. So that's kind of the goal, what I want to do with all my DTOFs. I have 9 DTOFs now, and more downstairs, but kind of set up lights. You know, you can set up these lights here, and then as soon as you get near, it just illuminates. Kind of like a display set at toy stores, or like certain stores where they have automatic lights that turn on when you get near the display. That's kind of what I want to do, and I think it'd be a lot more convenient, and it'd just be kind of cool. Just, you know, you walk by and boom, it illuminates the figurines themselves. So, but the most recent one I did pick up last week. I bought these are the variants right here, and the most recent one I picked up is the Quicksilver variant, which is a French. It was exclusive to only France, I believe, and they only made 1,000 of them. And I paid a pretty penny to get that bad boy from France, but that is the last variant in my collection, and then now it's just going to come down to getting the last couple, you know, characters here and there that are kind of hard to find. But they are re-releasing these, so if you do plan on getting them, they are going to be re-releasing them 1 through 200 again. So that's kind of cool to see, but they will not be creating any new ones. And again, the re-releases will obviously not be as valuable as the original product, so keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the next set of stuff. Yeah, another thing I picked up is this here. This is my my SpiderMan Cookie Jar. So I just saw this at I was with young Jasmine, and we were at Gay Mart. It's a store out here in Chicago. They sell, you know, it's in the gay neighborhood. They sell a ton of like just nerdy things and toys, and they have a ton of stuff, and not those kind of toys, action figures. Oh God. Anyways, but yeah, so they had this there. I think I got it for $45 or something like that, $47. So came with the original box. Really, really cool stuff. And I don't have cookies in mine because I've been eating good. I have protein bars. That's right, protein bars. So I like to eat healthy. I've been working out. I've lost 25 pounds. I gained a ton of weight after I quit smoking. So, you know, naturally I said, okay, I got to do something, and I started losing weight. And yeah, so that I thought this was kind of cool, and it's in my kitchen, and you know, I like my house being nerdy everywhere, man. A little bit of geek in every single room. So, and then I got my little trusty, you know, shopping list. Whenever I need stuff, I always write it down so you guys can see, you know, syrup, yellow mustard, yogurt, your mom's anal beads. Wait a minute, what the? Oh, God, I probably shouldn't have shown you guys that. Your mother doesn't, whatever. Don't judge me. Over here is young Yoda. This is a little bank. I saw this at Toys R Us. It was like 10 bucks, and I bought it, and I thought it would be kind of cool. So he is kind of the guardian of my kitchen. He just sits there watching me make sandwiches, scratch my ass early in the morning when I'm having my coffee. It's actually kind of disturbing at times, but you know, I don't judge him. He's Yoda, man. Look at him. Put more cream, you will. Okay, that was stupid. Let's move over here. So some recent pickups. Now these here, I like to call these are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I also like to call them the Make Marty McFly Cringe. So I was with Marty McFly a couple days ago, and this is great. So we went to this toy store out here in Chicago called Kapow. It's very similar to Quake, where they have a lot of people come in and sell their old collections and stuff, and the guy resells it or whatever. And we're sitting there, and Marty McFly is looking at all the legends. He had this whole freaking shelf of legends, like tons of them. And right above him, literally on the next shelf, is these turtles. And I look at the guy, and we call him Apache Chief. I don't know what his real name is, Kung Fu Joe. But I go, how much for those turtles? And literally right next to me, to the right of me, is Marty McFly, and I'm gonna do it with the camera, but this is how Marty reacted. Ready? He shook. He just, I could see it in my peripheral vision. He just goes, ugh! Like he's like, I can't believe it. And then yeah, so I got these along with Mr. Scarface here. This is a Medco Scarface, I believe it's called. So it comes with this little money, and it's kind of cool looking, nothing super special. But I got them both for, it was like 80 bucks. And these had the original box with them too. So, I mean, these are a bitch to find, man. But they look so damn cool right next to each other. I just love that, you know, this is the original comic book look, so it's pretty neat. The Mafex Batman, got this. I already opened it up, kind of messed around with it. Pretty cool figure. I'm not too fond of the head sculpt, to be honest. He has a very strange look to him. But overall, the articulation, the mold, the feel of this figure is absolutely awesome. He's got, you know, it's not your normal plastic feel. It's got a very unique to the texture of the costume type of feel. So when you're posing him and you're kind of just holding it in your hand, you can imagine like that's what the costume feels like when you're wearing it. It's really, I know it sounds weird feeling up on toys, but you catch my drift. So shut up. Over here, I picked up this little Hot Wheels Ghostbusters car. So I thought this was pretty cool. I picked this up at Toink a couple months ago, and I thought it was really neat. You know, a little expensive. I think it was like $60. You know, so it's a limited edition. They have a bigger one, which is like $200, and I was like, screw that, I'll just buy this one. I was a big Ghostbusters fan as a kid. I just thought this was kind of cool. Cool little piece and a nice little conversation starter for my my dining room. Picked up this guy here. Bought that at Toys R Us. It's a Comic-Con 2010. It's from Robot Chicken. I just thought it was kind of unique. Just a cute little figure, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat. I liked it. You know, I'm not a big fan of Robot Chicken. For me, Robot Chicken is hit or miss. You know, it's either really, really funny or it just completely sucks ass. Got this. I went in recently and sold a ton of stuff at Quake. I got rid of a ton of my old, like I had a bunch of figures and extras and triples and stuff like that. I just didn't need anymore. They weren't doing anything for me. And I needed the money to buy, I'm buying a new gate for my backyard so I could prevent what happened to, you know, in the garage burglary happen again. So I went and sold a bunch of stuff. Dave at Quake was really fair. He was going to give me $220 for what I was selling him, which was fair. I was looking for $250, but I was like, okay, $220 is fair. And then I saw this set a while back, and he still had it. And I said, man, how about you give me $200 and you give me this set here? And then he said, no, I'll give you $190 cash and this set. So that was kind of the deal maker right there. He was looking. I mean, this is how fair he was. He was charging $85 for this, which is pretty close. It's in that ballpark. That's how much this thing does go for online. So pretty cool stuff. Love it. I like the Ghostbusters, as you guys can see. And then this is the box to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The original bubble inside is gone, but that's the box. A ton of comic books. I did pick this bad boy up, which it's really all the way over there. You see that big old book that looks like a Bible? Yeah, that is this right here. The Age of Apocalypse, the complete collection. So it comes with literally all these issues here. So I'm not going to go through every single one of them. But if you guys ever read Age of Apocalypse, I thought it was a great series. For me as a kid, you know, I'm an X-Men fan. That's my number one thing in the world is X-Men, no matter what. And for me, when I was in my teenage years, I think I was like 13 or 14 when that came out. And I was just blown away. And initially, I was so pissed off. I'm like, what? They're killing Professor X, and now Magneto's the leader? And it was insane for me. But, you know, when you start reading it, it was just so damn good. And just an alternate universe. I love it. I love the whole Bishop with his time traveling and stuff. I love that stuff. I think it's really, really cool. And altering time and everything Legion did. And just really, really cool stuff. And then this stuff here, I bought a ton of other comic books. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but, you know, like I bought a bunch of Punisher Max from the new series, and then X-Force and Cable and the X-Force and Uncanny X-Force, and just a bunch of stuff. And then the Uncanny Avengers, I bought like the first. Long story short, I mean, I ended up paying, I think it was like $35 for like close to 50 issues of stuff here. And I'm not really boasting about it. Unfortunately, it was because a comic book shop over by my house went out of business. And I've been going to that comic book shop for years. And matter of fact, that's where I really started my Marvel figurine collection, was through that comic book shop. So it was really sad to see, man. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see a comic book shop go down, I get it. The world is becoming more and more digital, but I still get a little butthurt. It hits me because I can't tell you, like, I don't know about, again, maybe I just speak for myself, but whenever I go to a comic book shop, man, I'm like 9 years old again. You know what I mean? I'm just having a blast, and even if I don't walk out with anything, which normally is not the case, I'll walk out with a keychain if I have to. But you know, I don't know. It was just kind of sad to see, man. And the guy, you know, he just said his lease came up and he just couldn't afford it. And it just sucked to see him go out of business. It really did. But things happen for a reason, and he ended up selling a lot of these for like 50 cents each, $1 each, and I went to town with all the new stuff and picked it all up. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a digital guy for a while. Matter of fact, when the iPad came out, I bought it for that reason, because I got sick of storing comic books, and I did the digital thing for about a year and a half, or maybe almost 2 years. And most recently, in the last like 5 months or so, I went back to just hard copies and, the trade paperbacks. I don't know, the feel of a comic book in your hand is so satisfying, I guess, than, than just, what you call it, a digital, like an iPad or whatever. Which is, the iPad thing was convenient because you could store so much, and I still use it. I mean, if I go on a trip or something, I'm going to take my iPad with me, and I'll have I have like over 1,000 comic books on that damn thing. So it's kind of cool in that sense, but overall, nothing will replace the real deal. So let's move on. Oh, I picked up some bananas too. 2 of them. One of them's for your mom. So one thing that I'm very, very fond of, is unique art. I love unique geeky stuff. This is my man cave, so I got a ton of just really just cool artwork and original signings and stuff like that. And this right here, I ended up bidding on eBay. I thought this was one of the coolest things I've ever bought. It just looks so unique. And it basically says, I know the lighting is a little jacked up, but you see it says, in case of zombies, break glass. So similar to your fire extinguishers, it says, in case of fire, break glass, or whatever. But here it's unique to the zombie genre. So I thought this was really, really cool. I had to buy it. I won it on eBay, and yeah, here it is. And you could, I'm gonna frame, or it's already framed. I'm gonna actually hang it up. I'm either thinking right here or somewhere over there. I'm not sure yet, but. Yeah, but again, just unique art. Over here, I got some Street Fighter Soda figures. Big ups to my man, Super Noob YouTube. Came through, man. I got the Bison. The cape is, you guys saw Deadpool was using it to masturbate. But I got the Bison figure along. He got me this Guile. I think this is player 2 or 3. Player 1 Balrog. Player 1 Adon. Akuma. And then Mr. Vega as well. So some very hard to get figures, and this is one of those lines that, unfortunately I had to backtrack. And when it comes to, here's the thing, guys, when it comes to getting older figures, and me and Connor were talking about this the other day, my recommendation to you folks is don't go all out unless you're really desperate for that figure, or you're like, you can't wait. Chances are you're gonna come across a good deal, but you have to be patient. You have to weigh out your options. You have to just kind of go with the flow. Again, with me, the only figures I really pulled the trigger on no matter what, and I'll pay crazy prices, is Marvel Universe. Ultimately that's my pride and joy. That's my main bitch. That's what I do. But for all these other lines, guys, when you're talking about lines that have ended, and they're impossible to find, or you're gonna pay $100 for one figure, just weigh it out a little bit and try to find a good deal. If I try to find somebody in the community that might hook you up, and that's kind of what I did here. In both cases where I've bought Street Fighter Soda figures, and I'll show the other ones later on, I really kind of waited it out and came across a good deal and bought them. And now I'm up to, I don't know, maybe close to 20 Soda figures, and I didn't pay like even a quarter of what most people would pay for them. I didn't. And because I waited out and I was smart with this. So, and these all did come with their accessories and stuff, with the exception of Bison. He did not have the extra head for Bison, but not a big deal. For the price I paid, I was very, very satisfied and very thankful. So thanks again, dude. I appreciate that. And over here, the last piece in this room here is my little Legend of Zelda swords and shield display. So this is the medium-sized one. I got this from Toink. He had a couple different sizes. The larger one was more of a kind of like a foam feel to it, and it was way too big. I know it's kind of being trumped by my God of War blades right above it, but still, I thought this was a really cool little display, and it was like $30, so nothing over the top, and just looks kind of unique. Big Legend of Zelda fan, and it looks nice in my man cave, so I'm happy with it. let's move on. All right, we are in the danger room. I did pick up the Daredevil I was telling you guys about, the packaging variant, the one where, or the weapon variant, where the weapon is positioned a little different than that one, as you can see there. And then you see it there, so it's completely different positioning. So I did finally get that. I am completely caught up with all my Marvel Universe figures. JR Nightmare, I believe, is picking me up hopefully two Deadpool Corpse from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I did just recently get 2 Old Man Logans, one to open up and then one to display in my little exclusive section there. And I will be reviewing the Old Man Logan once I get that in sometime next week. But yeah, I mean, in terms of other stuff I've picked up a lot of import figures, a lot of just cool ones. Big ups again to Mr. Marty McFly for this Juggy. The helmet is somewhere in the other room, I hope. But this is the Juggernaut. Bitch, it's the Juggernaut. Did get the Mega Man X figure. This is a re-release of the original. So it's basically the same thing, just re-released. D-Arts is obviously making a ton of money on this stuff, so they're going to keep on pumping them. And I'm a big fan of Mega Man. I did pick up the Iron Man Mark VI and the War Machine. So these are by Bandai. These are Figure Arts or whatever, same as the company. But I'm gonna get into that when we get to the top of the details where I have them, and I'll kind of go over. That is Apocalypse with a broken leg. Still trying to get that fixed. So did pick up this here. This is the Solid Snake figure. I might be one of the only few people that is not... It's not that I don't like the figure. I think it's a great figure, well detailed, well articulated, etc., etc. But just little things, like for instance, like this stupid head. I don't like the way it's very... Alright, that just came off. It's very wobbly. It's very... I don't know. I just don't like the freaking head. I don't like the head sculpt. I don't like the way it's positioned. It looks phony right here. Like that, just it looks very phony to me. And then he's got this neck joint that, it's very well articulated, but then he's got like this hole in his neck, like he's a smoker or something. I don't know why you have to like position him like that. He's got like a zebra neck, Again, it's not a bad figure heads on. I mean, it has some great posability, and some just great fine detail in it. Even so much as like these knee pads here, like these things are articulated, like these things move. So you can see right there, they move up and down. So that's kind of cool. But again, not a super big fan. It's a good figure. I don't think it's a super great figure. That's just my opinion. I know I'm going to hurt some feelings when I say that, but whatever. Tons of Minimates. Not going to go over every single one of them because we'll be here for days. I picked up so many Minimates. I mean, just these things I have become absolutely addicted to. Again, with Minimates, it's all about character selection and diamond select. Some people say like, oh, these are like for kids. Dude, I guarantee you this is more of an adult line than you could ever imagine. Strictly because of the character, the obscure characters. Kids ain't buying some of these damn characters. Kids don't care about, can't name anybody right here, but, it's just certain characters, you just don't see them in any other line. And you will never see them in any other line, ever. Ever. You can guarantee it. Unless someone's customizing it. Chances are you're never going to see it. So, I love these damn things. Like, look at these little zombies. Look at that little Luke Cage zombie. Come on, that's pretty neat, man. The Wolverine zombie. Right here is the Helicarrier. This is from San Diego Comic-Con. This is last year's. JR sent me this last year. He's a great dude, man. But still haven't put it together. This thing is huge, and I paid like $100 for it, and I still haven't put it together. It's just sitting here. So I finally got all the pieces here. I'm going to start working on it probably in the next, 2 or 3 years, hopefully, and get that thing done. You know what it is? It's the stupid stickers. That's what I hate about it more than anything. It's not like the pieces. The pieces, you can put them together, but it comes with like 500 stickers, man. Why couldn't they just put them on there for $100? You'd think like they'd put the stickers on there for me. I'd pay an extra $50. You just put the damn stickers for me, jackasses. But that's Hasbro. That's how they do things. SH Monster Arts. What? Kong. Really cool figure. Comes with like three different heads, a couple sets of hands. It comes with little, I believe her name is Anne, and then really cool box art. Just unique figure. The only complaint is, and a lot of people have complained about it, is the scale. Yeah, it is a little small for King Kong, but you know what? For $40, I think I got a really good deal, and that's the thing. And I'm going to get into that rant here in a little bit about some of these figures and the prices and stuff like that. But great looking figures. So I still haven't found a place for them yet, but I will here soon. Let's move on to some of the wrestling figures. I didn't pick up much wrestling figures. The only one is Mr. Big Boss Man. So you can see that there. I did pick up Big Boss Man. I also did pick up the Legion of Doom. So I got the Legion of Doom there. Sergeant Slaughter over here. So really cool stuff. And then I think the Texas Tornado right there. So, and then Bam Bam Bigelow. There's a couple characters I did pick up actually. So Yokozuna. So these are all my, again, I'm more of a Legends kind of guy when it comes to the Elizabeth. When it comes to the wrestling figures, I collect strictly the old school kind of steroid taking, cocaine snorting characters. Especially Warrior. Look at him. I need more coke. Because he's a cocaine fiend. Damn it! Somebody who knocked Dolls on? You son of a beach. He knocked down my stuff. Some more figures here, and then there's the rest of my soda collection. Walking Dead. Did I pick up any new Walking Dead figures? I think I picked up these here. These are like the comic series from Series 1. So I did pick up those, and then this guy here, another one from Series 1, I believe. So I did pick those up. Nothing new with the Turtles. I already showed you guys that. And then some Ghostbuster figures. So these are the original. This is Series 1 from what I believe, from what I understand. Comes with the little ghosts and everything. These things are just cool, man. The nostalgia is a freaking biatch, I'm telling you right now. And these are that's all it is. Remembering the 80s and some of the great movies we grew up on. I mean, this is really what it's all about right there. This Hellboy figure, bought that from Quake. This is the comic series. This is by Gentle Giant. It's a shame Gentle Giant doesn't make action figures anymore. They mostly focus now on busts and statues and other little trinkets and stuff, but they don't really do figures. But God, this is a great figure. Well detailed, well articulated. Just an awesome mold. Great stuff, man. Really great stuff. So yeah, I like that. Big fan of Hellboy. My other one he fell down. What's with these figures and falling down, man? Come on. All right, so let's go to I'm gonna go to the NECA stuff I picked up. So I got a ton of new Predators and stuff. I got the new wave. I got all the Dutches now. All the Dutches are in my collection. So great figures. I think these are amazing. I love them. The trophy, I know the trophy room is available now on BBTS. I want to get it, but then again, I'm like, I don't know. But knowing me, I'll probably pull the trigger here in the next couple weeks. Just really cool. It'll be cool for the display. And then they have the skulls and all the other stuff available now for pre-order as well. So really neat stuff. But these are great looking figures. They just, NECA, forever they've always been known for their paint applications and their fine detail when it comes to paint and just the little details. And now they're starting to get into the articulation portion of things, where they're adding more articulation to the figures, and it's very nice to see that, man. So I believe they're re-releasing some Terminator 2 figures with better articulation, which is pretty neat. Now, let's talk about these figures here. Now, I know people have reviewed them. I know Boog Nice went over them, and Shartimus, I believe, reviewed the Iron Man, and a bunch of other people have kind of talked about these. And now I'm going to give you guys my opinion. These are by far some of the greatest figures I've ever encountered. Probably some of the best Marvel figures I've seen in the last 5 years. Now, the general consensus when it comes to these figures, these import figures, or the general bitchiness that comes from collectors, is the price. they'll say, man, I'm not going to pay 40 to 60 bucks on one figure when I can buy, you know, 10 G.I. Joes or 5 new, you know, the new Wolverine movie figures, because those things are amazing. Well, if you're one of those collectors, then God be with you. I hope you make it through life. But here, I'm not trying to insult anybody. If that's your thing, you want to buy crappy figures, this is the way I look at it. When I'm in a toy aisle, and I'm going on a tangent, when I'm in a toy aisle and I see a Jim Lee Cyclops for $9.99, right? Well worth it. I think it's well worth it. Great paint, great detail, articulation's immaculate, right? And then right next to it, and I don't have a Wolverine or Iron Man 3 figure, but let's say right next to it you have an Iron Man 3 figure or a Spider-Man, you know, Ultimate Spider-Man figure right next to it for the same damn price. If that doesn't insult you, then I don't know what does. So with Marvel Universe coming to an end, Marvel Legends coming to an end, which, by the way, stay tuned to I'm not even, just stay tuned to the next video. It's going to be pretty funny, pretty good. But I'm going to start getting into some of these figures. I am already getting into other lines, NECA, Turtles, Walking Dead, obviously wrestling figures and things like that. But when it comes to Marvel, if Figure Arts and Rebel Tech is going to pump out some cool looking Marvel figures like this, I will pay 40 to 60 bucks. I'll pay 80 bucks. Ultimately, you're getting a figure. Just the feel of this figure is unbelievable. The feel alone kind of sells it for me. But then when you add in the fine detail, the paint, the articulation, the extra sets of hands, the effects that it comes with, all those other little fine details, it really, really, really makes up for the figure, makes up for the price, and makes you go, okay, this is worth it. So yeah, I mean, are there less waves of figures that come out? Of course. You're only going to get one a month, maybe one every couple months. But depending on, you know, with Figure Arts, if they see that they're making money on this, I think that they're gonna pump out more and more, as much as they can, to keep up with demand, and make their money. The only thing that some people are complaining about is that so far they've only come out with movie figures. Even the new Avengers figures that are going to be coming out, from what I understand, they're going to be movie based. So they're going to be based on the Avengers movie. But I think, again, in my opinion, with the way the sales are going to go, and with Hasbro kind of just getting rid of Universe and Legends, I think that someone's going to take advantage of it. Someone's going to go, okay, you know what, let's jump in here and start making some money, because there's collectors out there like us that are willing to pay the money and getting some great action figures. And ultimately here, it's not just, don't look at it just the price and all the stuff it comes with. Look at it like as the craftsmanship. Look at it as the people that are making these figures, okay? They're actually putting in the work and an appreciation for the collector. They are. Because look, even so much as War Machine, right? Let me flip him around real quick. He's got these little valves on the back of his leg. I mean, look at that. They even articulated that. They give you a little bit of those little details, those fine details. And he comes with these blast effects that you can put in there to make it that extra, you know, when you're flying him around, give it that extra look. That's the kind of stuff us collectors really look for. And I know a lot of people have been talking about this with the IWO cats, and you know, they've been talking about this for a while, and how much better imports are. I think that I believe you're right. I mean, 100%. I think you're right. They are better. But up to this point, we haven't really had the Marvel characters. We haven't had the characters that we really appreciate. I'm not a big anime fan. It's not that I don't. You know, I'm not gonna bash anime. I'm just not into it. I'm not into anime. I'm not into the characters. So I'm not gonna sit there and buy a lot of obscure characters that I'm unfamiliar with and I have no idea who they are. It just doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes I'll buy, you know, I bought a couple, like, we got this guy back here, I think it's from Samurai X. I bought these because they were dirt cheap, and they just look really cool. I thought they looked really cool. Schmeagle! What's he, like, reaching for? He is going to touch some ass. I did buy these because they were really cool, and they had that great articulation. They just look really neat, and I did buy these. But for the most part, I'm not going to go out there and buy, you know, all the other ones just because I'm not into them. But if they pump out Marvel figures, man, or some awesome movie figures. I know they're coming out with a Predator, and they already showed a Predator versus Alien set that they're doing. Oh man, it looks great. So I'm going to, you know, take advantage of that. So, but that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I can't really think of anything else I picked up. I did pick up all the little trinkets and stuff, but you know, thank you guys so much for watching Haularama number 8. I'm sorry for the different structuring of the video, but again, this was a lot easier for me than having to take everything down and reposition and blah blah blah. So, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned to a couple more videos coming up here in the next couple of days. And you guys remember, laugh every day. You guys have a good one. Deuces.